the game, cause see the boxing voice.
Welcome back, gang, for the first time and hopefully many more to come. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and click on the notifications right here, this little bell, so you can get those emails every time we go.
Fight on Friday, did you happen to see it?
I seen the highlights of the fight. I didn't get to see the whole fight. You know, he seems like a very hungry fighter, very hungry fighter trying to make a statement. But that's what makes great fights. You know, when fighters face like that with that mentality, that's what makes great fights. You know what I mean? It doesn't worry me. I mean, it's part of the game. This is what I signed up for. I signed up to fight fighters with that mentality. You know, I signed up to fight fighters with the composure and the skills like Mikey Garcia. I signed up to fight fighters like the heart and will like Manny Pacquiao. You know, that's what I signed up for as a kid. I saw what I was getting myself into. You know, and if it was something that I'm now you know, thinking twice about it or doubting myself, then, you know, then I should just retire early on. You know, like, it doesn't make sense when a fighter gets to this level and doesn't feel like they're ready to face the best.
Bob actually mentioned to me last week that he thought that you could fight, if you win this fight, that you could fight Pacquiao next. Is that something you've actually thought of?
You know, right now we have a fight, you know, which is with Ramirez. But man, it'll definitely be an honor for me to fight Pacquiao, and I'll definitely take that fight 100%. You know, God willing, everything goes well on Saturday.
You guys sparred together before?
We sparred, yeah, we sparred for 2 camps. We did the last camp. He was getting ready for Justin Vargas, and I flew to the Philippines, and I was his main sparring partner. But you know, I did well.
Yeah, and it would be a career-changing fight for you.
Most definitely. You know, the pride and you know, the pride of even me being in that situation. You know, to face a fighter like Manny Pacquiao. I mean, it's, you know, it'll be a life-changing fight for me.
Will it be hard for Freddie to train against him, do you think?
Well, you know, that's Freddie's choice. You know, I mean, I respect Freddie as a person, and any other trainer out there. I respect trainers, and athletes the same. So, you know, whatever he decides to do and chooses to, whatever decision he chooses to make, you know, I'll be happy. You know, I got a career to focus on, and so does he. You know, in a way. So I haven't really thought about it too much.
Right. I understand.
Oh.
What can you tell us about Imam in particular? Obviously, he's been stopped once, but he can punch. What do you think of him overall?
He's a technical fighter. He works the jab properly. He works the right hand behind that, and you know, I hope he comes ready. You know, and I hope we make it a big fight for the fans and a great fight for the fans. You know, I hope to we have a great game plan to go out there and do. You know, and I hope it works. And if it doesn't, then those are the obstacles and adversity that I'm willing to go through. You know, to become a world champion. So I'm not too much worried about what he brings to the table. I know what I'm going to bring to the table.
How do you feel that people, because obviously your last performance was so impressive, but how do you feel people have reacted to that? What's the feedback you've gotten from them?
A lot of positive feedback, you know, but you know, sometimes, you know, you might not get the you know, you might still get negative feedback, but for me it's about just moving forward and learning, you know, and I'm here now, and I know in boxing, the more you win, the more the fans, the more the writers believe in you, and it's not, you know, and it's not easy to make all the fans happy. You know, there's always something that you're lacking. There's always something that you miss, and you know. But for me, it's I know my job, and I've been doing it for 17 years. You know, I didn't start boxing 2 years ago. I started when I was 8, and I went through the Olympics. I'm here now, so I know that you know, I believe in my potential, and I believe in my skills, and I have faith, and you know, I have faith that I'm going to do good in the sport, and if, you know, and all this for me coming from a kid from Avenel, and Avenel is a 10,000 population town. You know, we don't have a fast food restaurant. That's how small it is. You know, we have one Chevron and a Shell, and that's probably, you know, our biggest business, you know, in Avenel. So all this right here is a win for me. You know, it's definitely a blessing, and I'm enjoying it. And that keeps me composure as a person. It keeps me composed, and it keeps me relaxed. You know, knowing that knowing that I'm able to bring my family from California, my team from California, and enjoy this moment with me. It's a beautiful thing.
You mentioned before you get some negative feedback. You couldn't have gotten much negative feedback in your last fight.
I mean,
right?
just your opponent wasn't as good as. You know what I mean? There's, but it's boxing, I guess. I try not to read too much of that stuff.
17 years boxing, right? What were some of the fighters that you looked up to when you were starting up the sport, and when you were ascending through the sport? Some of the guys that maybe gave you inspiration, or that you modeled your style after?
Chavez, the great Chavez.
Senior pressure style, body shots.
Oscar De La Hoya had a tremendous jab. Became
Left hook.
1992 Olympic gold medalist, world champion. Mike Tyson. Dude, no one breaks at the waist like Mike Tyson. He uses those angles. His skill was, he was a body puncher himself too. The way he broke up the waist. But his opponents were so afraid to get hit in the head that they would pull their head down and they would just land in the chin. But he always aimed for the chest, and the way he broke up the waist coming in. I mean, it was a beautiful thing to watch.
Thanks.
We appreciate it, champ.
What is up, TBV family? Yes, YouTube has been cutting funding to their channels as of late, and with net neutrality going through its process, the internet is changing. If you want to keep your favorite channel intact, coming up with tons of content, and plus get hours and hours of extra content, head over to patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice to become a member of the TBV family and help support the channel. Peace.
The game, 'cause see the boxing voice.